Morning, everyone. I will wait for Lerato to figure out the video and the announcement of the league name and the CI. That's really what today is about. It's an opportunity for us to introduce ourselves to everybody as we build up to the auction. The auction will be announced today. It's on the 19th of September. And we look forward to seeing as many of you as possible face-to-face over that weekend and on that day. For us, it's something that we've worked tirelessly to get to. Behind the scenes, the league has been working hard on a number of elements to set ourselves up for that auction. We've managed to attract some high-quality players. Obviously, a large part of our player group will be South Africans and South African focused. But internationally as well, we've got an extensive list that we're busy sorting out for the auction as well. I am very happy to rather move to questions than to dribble on stuff that maybe you don't want to hear. So, Lerato, if you come to, I know you're dealing with things, we can just start firing away on the question side.
Sure. Thank you very much, Graeme. I think Firdaus wants to fire ahead. I think we'll play the video and just, give everybody an introduction into the name of the league and the CI that we wanted to introduce at the end.
Thanks, Lerato. Maybe the video is going to answer my question. But basically, I was just looking for some information around exactly how the auction will take place. What details can you provide around, whether there's a purse per team, or are there players ranked in a certain band or a draft? I think you know what I'm getting at, just some clarity and detail around what we can expect.
It will be so we're still finalizing some of the auction detail of the lots. And, at the moment we're sorting out the player registration. We've had an immense amount of player registration, both locally and internationally for those. So we're just finalizing that information to be sent on to the teams. A shortlist will be created for the auction. There's a $2 million salary purse. There has been an element of pre-signing that's taken place that has been made public, so you can see who has signed what. And we will make sure that everyone's acutely aware. We'll send out the details of what purse is left per team as we enter the auction.
Thanks. Can I just clarify? So the 2 million includes the pre-signed players, yeah?
It includes the pre-signed players, yes.
Thank you. Nathan, next question.
No, thank you. I think if it does really ask in terms of the format of the question has been answered really. Thank you.
Thank you. Ken, next question, please.
Thanks, Lerato. How's it, Graeme? Graeme, there have been a couple of players who seem to have signed for both the Big Bash League and South Africa's T20 League. Can you just chat to us more about how you're handling that?
Yeah, so we had an arrangement with the players that signed for us, Ken, that Big Bash has created a different structure this year where they've allowed players to play for a portion of the Big Bash. So the players that are signed in our league will be there for a period up until, I guess, the first couple of days of Jan, I think it is, the 3rd or 4th, and then they will move across to us. So basically, I think they're available for, don't quote me, 6 or 7 games over December and New Year's. Then they'll come across to South Africa.
Sorry, Graeme. So the majority of their time will be in South Africa's league, not the Big Bash.
They are released to play pre-South Africa tournaments, Ken. So that's the arrangement we have. So they will be here when their team owners or franchises require them to arrive in South Africa. That's the date that they will arrive here. They'll be available fully for the South African League.
Thanks, Telford.
How's it going? I'm in England at the moment, and I've no doubt that if South Africa win the 3rd test, the English are going to blame 100 for that happening and saying, what the hell are we doing fiddling with the 100? So, should England win the 3rd test, are you ready for people to say, what the hell are we doing playing a T20 tournament in January when we should be playing Test cricket, or at least first-class cricket?
Well, I mean, the structure of the season changes every year, Telford. I mean, look, these are things, I guess, that everyone grapples with in the international game now. You know, the growth of T20, trying to understand how all the formats fit in. I think it's an interesting debate, an interesting discussion going forward. I think every year South Africa has played a T20 tournament, but now it's just got to a level that it elevates it to something of the standard that we've seen across the world. And I think for us that's something to be excited about. I think it brings a lot of expertise into our game. It's going to bring financial support to South African cricket that hopefully will benefit all forms of the game in South Africa. That will increase our player pool, the standard, and keep us relevant in the international game. I think that is important. We, in terms of scheduling, we envisage that we'll always start after the New Year's Test match. So the Test matches will run in December into January, and we will start post that New Year's Test match every year for a couple of weeks. And then, like this year, West Indies is coming after our tournament for a Test series. So, in terms of CSA scheduling around that, that's something that I guess Paletti has spoken to. But yeah, we don't see it as an issue for Test cricket. We see it as an issue of growing South African cricket and keeping it strong.
Thank you.
Thanks, Zahir, and then Firdous.
Hi, Graeme. Just in regards to the tournament, and obviously it's a men's tournament, but how much chat is there about actually adding a women's element to the tournament as well going forward?
Yeah, no, 100% in our plans. I guess year one with the Women's World Cup starting directly post the new league, it just wasn't viable for this year. But it's definitely in our plans to begin one as soon as possible.
Thanks.
Graeme, can I just check around a player like Moeen Ali, who was signed for the Dubai League or whatever it's called, as well as the South African League? I don't know if there are other players like that, but what is the arrangement there, if you know anything about that? And the Dubai League last week started putting out long lists of players, and they seem to have captured some big names in the international market. I know you said South Africa's league will be based on South African players, but how do you see these two leagues coexisting?
Yeah, I mean, there has been a few instances of this. I think there's 4 or 5 players currently. I was in the UAE last week and met with the UAE League, and we've agreed a way of handling it. So, hopefully that'll play itself out over the next few days. I think that there needs to be a way that both of us can coexist, and there's a relationship that's been opened up there in terms of finding a way forward. So I'm looking forward to further engagements with the UAE League on that. And I think for those when a league requires the amount of international talent that they are, I mean, they've got no local talent that they're investing in. It's always makes the player market an interesting one and a tough one. But I feel that internationally we've been able to attract some really exciting names into our league. I think when we get to the auction, you can see the pre-signing, the likes of Rashid Khan, Josh Butler, Liam Livingston, and the like. We've got some real quality, and I think the difference for us is that you've mentioned it, we're going to focus on the South African talent as well. I mean, at least seven of the playing 11 are going to be South African based. So the investment into South African cricket, the players being able to put, not only 20 that played for South Africa, but now 60 or 70 South African players on a global platform, I think is something that we're very excited about. The storylines, we've seen how that's benefited Indian cricket in the IPL, and it's gone on to benefit their all-round format cricket, the amount of talent that they're producing now. So we're hoping that we'll be able to create the same here in South Africa.
Thanks. Sorry, I just lost you when you spoke about Moeen. Did you say that will be sorted out in the next couple of days?
Yeah, we have aligned on a strategy in terms of allowing the player to feel comfortable on what he does and where he decides to play. So I am dealing with the UAE League on that.
Thanks.
Thanks. Are there any further questions? Craig, please.
Morning, Graeme. Thanks, Loretta. Just sort of more nitty gritty on the tournament. Have the international broadcast rights been sorted? Are those kind of business decisions in place, Graeme?
Yeah, thanks, Craig. I mean, when we went to market, the Sub-Saharan broadcast rights were done, but we're currently in the market commercially. The timelines have been very tight from when we've gone live, announced our 6 partners, the 6 teams. So things are moving very quickly as we move to the auction, but we're certainly in the marketplace for both commercially and from a broadcast perspective.
And do you know if there's been appetite, at least been some bites and nibbles from the international market?
Yeah, there's a lot of conversations currently happening, Craig. So it's we're in discussions with a number of potential partners.
Thanks.
Are there any takers for the last couple of questions?
Laurent, have you figured out the video?
No, I feel like I almost want to cry. I really do.
I'm sure everyone will catch you some slack on day one, hopefully. Maybe there's a way you can just create a WhatsApp group and share it through that way.
I'll definitely send it on the WhatsApp group. But I think just to, add on to that, the name is something that, Graeme, you put in a lot of work. The team is trying to find something that's going to stand out, but that can be unique to South Africa as well. And I think you're probably very proud about where we are and what you can take to the public today.
Yeah, I mean, I think, from our perspective, the name is pretty simple, but it's something that we can own and really build and bring to life. A lot of work has gone into it. Laurent, you've been at the coalface as well with me. We're very excited with what we've done and what we can create going forward. I think that's the most important thing. And we really hope that it's something that, a brand that brings sort of cricket together, brings new fans to the game, and that we can bring to life, and that South Africa eventually, once we launch in January, will be proud of and support, through and through. That's something that we really want to create, is to give our fans and new fans an opportunity to love the game, enjoy the experience in stadiums, and that the cricket is competitive and stands out.
Absolutely. And I know the colors are unique. It's not something that you would associate with a South African brand. I wanted you to just, talk us through that and the thinking around that.
Yeah, Laurent, I mean, I've been a part of it, but luckily there's been a few more creative people than me involved. And, I think when you've been sort of working tirelessly on this event for getting it to the point that it's got now, you become really invested in it. And to see it come to life, I think, is something that's very exciting for us. And, that now that the name will be out, we can refer to it, the colors, the look and feel, and, really the exciting way that it's going to be brought to life over the next couple of weeks, in particular, as we build to the auction and then for January. So, hopefully it's something that people, will see today, that will, impact them, and that they'll grow. For us, it's something, one of our taglines for this event is for everyone. And that's something that we truly mean.
Sure. I see, Ngobile, you've got a question.
Yes. Good morning, Graeme. My question is around, you spoke to broadcasting earlier. I know SuperSport obviously is a partner, but is there a possibility that the general public who do not have access to DSTV, is there a possibility of a sub-license agreement with the SABC or free-to-air broadcasters, so that the general public can get access and watch these games? Because obviously, you'd need as many people as possible to be fans and watching, to grow the appeal of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a broadcast deal in place with SuperSport, but we are in discussions and have started discussions from radio to the opportunity of how we can create as many viewers as possible through different channeling, through potential delayed broadcasting or anything. But so nothing definitive yet, but it's certainly on our radar to see how we can grow that aspect as well. And to be fair to SuperSport, they're very engaged in that conversation.
Yes, Johan?
Hi there, Graeme. Hi, everyone. Well, since we don't have the video ready, Graeme, can I ask you to make the announcement? Tell us what the name is.
Okay. I didn't want to steal Lorato's thunder, but yeah. So, I mean, effectively, we'll just be known as the SA20. The T has been removed. But I think it's important that once you see the video, it will show you more about how it comes to life and the look and feel of the SA20.
20 as in 20 or the word?
20, but yeah, the Rots, I think maybe just start that WhatsApp group and get it out to everybody.
Yeah, I'm going to send it through right now.
Okay.
Do we have any last questions? And just before we wrap, if the broadcasters could just stay on, I'll send through an updated link, and then we could just fire a few questions to him so you have something on record.
Just one from my side. Structure of the tournament.
The draft fixtures are pretty much done. Post the auction, we got a workshop with the team owners and their ops teams, and then we'll probably release post that. But in theory, home and away, 33 games, including the knockouts. So yeah, basic structure.
And will there be double headers, Graeme, or just one a day?
Yeah, there will be double headers.
Okay.
Graeme, and is it semi-final, final, or a bit like the IPL where you have those sort of playoff
So again,
finals?
there will be 3 knockout games. We're currently in the draft fixtures trying to just decide on what is best for the league. So we haven't quite committed to that yet, but yeah, we're just trying to find out, debate what will be the most exciting.
Just one more for me.
Thank you, Neil.
Just one more from my side, please. Graeme, speaking about exciting, are you excited with the, I'll say, new direction, if you like, that South African cricket is taking in the coming months, in the next year, and where it's at the moment?
Well, I mean, from a league perspective, from the SA20, yes, definitely. I mean, we think that's something that's going to really make a big impact on South African cricket. Not only financially, we're bringing in 6 partners that are joining us at the hip in terms of building something sustainable, investing in grassroots, investing in South African cricket. Hopefully building a bigger and a stronger player base because of it. It's something that we're excited about, but also, to be able to bring something to life that hopefully, will fill stadiums, create excitement, a lot of interest. We're looking at doing things very differently. In many ways, we're kind of a startup that's very agile and moving at pace to achieve our goals. We had 5 months, to really get this all together once we went live for year 1. So you can imagine the amount of work that's going into it. And I guess the auction on the 19th is our first opportunity to go live to the world. It will be a live broadcast for 5 or 6 hours that will go worldwide, and hopefully represent South Africa and this new opportunity very well.
Thank you, Neil. You can go.
Thanks. Graeme, just a quick one. Have you resolved the England fixtures, those 3 ODIs that were going to overlap with the league?
There will be an overlap this year, Neil. This is the only season that's post, I think, just replacing those COVID games that were lost, a year or 2 ago. So there will be a 3-game England series taking place at some point in the league. We have worked around it on our scheduling. yeah, we do engage with Rob Key and the ECB, and obviously at Cricket South Africa with Enoch and Paletsi all the time on these things. So we've worked together on that. From year 2, there won't be any international cricket in the window of the league.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amir.
Good morning. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Graeme, just on the team makeup, from what I understand, what I've read previously, squads will be made up of 17 players. Can you just give us an idea of how many internationals each squad will be allowed and how many will they be able to field for each game? Thank you.
It will be a 10-7 split in the squad and then a 7-4 split on field.
Awesome. Thank you.
Up to that. So, I mean, we won't stipulate like IPL if they only play 3 internationals. That'll be up to the teams in the selection.
Great, thanks.
Sure. Well, thank you very much for that royal, booper that I've done. But thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. I'm going to get that video to be sent through onto the WhatsApp group. And if any of you don't have it, please do, give me a buzz and I'll definitely send it to you. We appreciate the support. I think it's been a long time coming to get to this place. And, it's going to be all systems go until January 23 and that first ball is bowled. So really thank you all for taking the time to join us. If the broadcasters could just stay on, just so I can see who it is that needs that new link. And then, we'll be ready to just get some questions answered.
Thanks, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lerato. Thanks, Graeme.
Thanks, everybody.